Like, if you're a basketball fan, you grow up a fan, like, you love the Celtics. Well, maybe I guess you could hate them, but I think for myself, like, the Celtics is one of the premier organizations of the NBA. Like, you always grow up knowing what the Celtics are about, and obviously having won a championship 2 years ago now, it's kind of cool to just be in this building and kind of, you know, surround yourself with the greatness that is played in this arena over the course of however many years. So I think it's a great opportunity for people in this city or fans around the area to come and support a W team here. And
picture this. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever walk into the historic TD Garden in Boston, playing the same Connecticut Sun team that gave her that infamous eye poke and body check back in June. The crowd was packed with 19,156 screaming Fever fans who turned this away game into their home court. But here's what nobody saw coming. Clark was about to shatter not one, not two, but 3 WNBA records in a single night while outscoring the entire Connecticut Sun in the final 5 minutes. What happened next will give you chills. If you support Caitlin and the Fever, then comment, "I've got the Fever. Let's go."
And I know their game last year had great attendance and great energy, so I'm expecting the same tonight. But for myself, like, you don't take these opportunities for granted. Like, it's always fun to go to a new arena and a new place and enjoy it, and I, expect the same here tonight.
The last time these two teams met, Jacy Sheldon's eye poke and Marina Mabrey's body check on Clark made headlines for all the wrong reasons. June 17th wasn't just another game. It was a masterclass in dirty basketball that left fans absolutely furious. The officials let the physical play spiral out of control. Multiple scuffles broke out. Players got ejected. And Clark, she took a beating that had the entire basketball world talking about player safety.
Third quarter we go. They're trailing by 10. Keep an eye on her and Jacy Sheldon. Clark trying to back her down.
Clark is okay.
Sheldon fouls Clark, hitting her in the face. Clark is upset about that. Then everybody's upset about that. Marina Mabrey comes in. She decks Clark, tempers flaring on both sides.
Fast forward to TD Garden, and you can feel the tension crackling through the air. This isn't just another regular season matchup anymore. This is personal. Clark walks into that historic arena knowing exactly what happened last time they faced the Sun. She remembers every cheap shot, every dirty play, every moment when the refs looked the other way. But here's where it gets interesting. Something feels completely different about this Fever team.
The announcers here are saying, of course, Marina Mabrey is going to get ejected because that was unwarranted. She literally came out of nowhere and chucked Caitlin Clark. There should be a flagrant one, of course, on Jacy Sheldon because she swiped her and hit her in the eyeball. Whether it is intentional or not, you can still have a flagrant a flagrant foul called on you, whether you are trying to intentionally hurt somebody or not. But this is what they called, you guys. This is what they called. Caitlin Clark, Marina Mabrey, Tina Charles were assessed with technical fouls on Tuesday. Caitlin, Marina, and Tina Charles. Technical fouls. That's it. Technical fouls. That's it. And Jacy Sheldon was assessed with a flagrant 1 foul, and no players were ejected.
The arena transforms into something magical. Despite being an away game, those 19,156 fans create an electric atmosphere that makes TD Garden feel like home court advantage for Indiana. The energy is absolutely insane. You can hear feverish chants echoing through the rafters of this legendary venue. These traveling fans didn't just show up, they took over. Sophie Cunningham steps into her role as Clark's enforcer. She's ready to defend her teammate against any repeat incidents. The Connecticut Sun tries to employ that same aggressive defensive strategy that worked before. They want to rattle Clark early with full court pressure and multiple defenders. Their plan: let other Fever players score while they focus on containing the heart of the snake. But this time, the Fever are ready. Clark has her teammates backing her up in ways she didn't have before. The support system is rock solid. Every player knows their role. Every player is ready to step up when things get physical. The stage is set for redemption as Clark gets the protection she needs to play her game.
Career for Allie. Clark trying to turn the corner. Oh, goes behind her back to find Howard.
Really good interior passing and patience by...
You can see it in her eyes during warm-ups. You can feel it in how her teammates rally around her. This isn't the same Fever team that got pushed around in June. This is a squad that came to Boston with one mission: show the Connecticut Sun what happens when you mess with their superstar. Something clicked for Indiana when they put the ball back in Clark's hands and let her orchestrate the offense. You could see it immediately. The pace picked up. The energy shifted. This was the basketball that made the Fever dangerous earlier in the season. The Fever had been struggling to find their identity without their signature fast-paced style. Too many possessions ended with forced shots. Too many turnovers from players trying to do too much. The ball wasn't moving. Players were standing around waiting for something to happen instead of making things happen. That's not Fever basketball. That's not what this team was built for.
That's kind of
Leah
corny. You can
Boston
tell me.
day yesterday.
It's okay. You can tell me when I'm corny.
That's fine. Here comes Clark. Working against Sheldon. Slices in.
Her, but deceptively, she is so quick and fast getting to the rim. Right here, gets up the floor with some force here. Jacy Sheldon doesn't even have the chance to react.
The Connecticut Sun's defense was specifically designed to disrupt Clark's rhythm and force her into difficult shots. They threw multiple defenders at her every time she touched the ball. They pressured her full out. They made her work for every possession. Their plan was simple: make Clark uncomfortable and force other players to beat them. Clark embraces the challenge. She pushes the tempo and gets her teammates involved in ways that make the Suns' defense scramble. Instead of forcing shots, she creates for others. Instead of getting frustrated, she finds the open man. The ball movement becomes infectious. 22 assists on 29 made baskets.
6 threes on the night.
This is
A
what
career
happens
high
when
in
Clark
points
plays
and
point
12
guard the right
dishes.
way.
A back cut by Lacan.
On the rookie out of France. And it didn't take long for Indiana to strike back.
That is after a made.
Kelsey Mitchell catches fire with 20 points. She's finding open looks because Clark's playmaking opens up opportunities for everyone. The Sun can't help Mitchell anymore. They can't cheat toward Clark when Mitchell is knocking down shots from everywhere. Her scoring becomes the perfect complement to Clark's passing. Natasha Howard dominates inside with 18 points and 13 rebounds. The balanced attack is working to perfection. Howard gets easy looks in the post because the Suns' defense is stretched thin. She's cleaning up on the boards. She's finishing strong around the rim. This is what happens when you have multiple weapons and the defense can't focus on just one player. Sophie Cunningham provides crucial energy off the bench. She hits key shots when the team needs them most. Her three-point shooting keeps the Sun honest. Her defense creates extra possessions. She's the spark plug that keeps the energy high even when the starters need a breather.
Another opportunity on the O glass.
Cunningham already has 1-3, make it 2.
When all else fails. Kelsey Mitchell coming down, finds her teammate Sophie Cunningham. No passes, no problem.
Even Aaliyah Boston contributes with assists and rebounds despite struggling with her shot. The team's depth is showing. Everyone knows their role. Everyone is ready to step up when called upon. Boston may not be scoring, but she's impacting winning in other ways. The result is an 85-77 gritty victory that showcases what happens when the Fever play their style of basketball. Fast pace, ball movement, and multiple scoring threats. This is the formula that made them dangerous all season long. This is the basketball that fans came to see. But while the team was clicking on all cylinders, Clark was quietly making history in ways nobody expected.
Boston somehow found Howard. That was a blaze of a pass.
Aaliyah Boston had her eye on Natasha Howard before she got the ball. You knew it.
While everyone was focused on the team's performance, Clark was silently chasing 3 different WNBA records. The numbers were building up quietly in the background. Every assist, every three-pointer, every game with 5 or more assists. Nobody in the arena realized they were watching history unfold right in front of them. The stat sheet tells an interesting story. Clark's shooting numbers looked rough on paper. She went just 4 of 14 from the field and 1 of 7 from three-point range. Those are the kind of numbers that usually mean a bad night for a superstar. But here's where it gets interesting. Clark's overall impact was historic in ways that had nothing to do with her shooting percentage.
And Sheldon is going to keep the pressure on Clark. You see Tina Charles with the responsibility of guarding Aaliyah Boston. High hedge on the ball screen on Clark.
Inside perfectly.
One thing you know about Tina Charles, she has every shot in her arsenal.
Now Sheldon, the height disadvantage against Howard.
Yeah, good recognition.
The first record fell without any fanfare. Clark became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 450 career assists. She did it in just 53 games. That's absolutely insane when you think about it. To put this achievement in context, the previous record holder was Tisha Pinheiro. She reached the same milestone in 62 games during the late 90s. Clark shattered that record by 9 full games. 9 games might not sound like much, but in a league where every assist matters, that's a massive difference.
Yeah, you were announced today to obviously be in the three-point contest. Just what went into that decision, and what does it mean to do it for the first time in front of the fans in Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, not much went into it other than yes, I guess. Obviously, it's exciting. I've never participated in a three-point competition before, never practiced before, so just go out there and have fun. I think the lineup of people competing is tremendous. So more than anything, it's just going to be really great for our league and for women's basketball as a whole, just to, have a lot of fun and experience that. So, yeah, I'm just excited. I think Friday, the skills competition, and that will be a really exciting time, and we'll lead right into Saturday of a really great game as well.
But that's not all. Clark also became the fastest player to reach 150 career three-pointers in WNBA history. This record shows her ability to score from anywhere on the court. She's not just a passer. She's not just a scorer. She's a complete player who can hurt you in multiple ways. The speed at which she accumulated these three-pointers proves she adapted to the professional game faster than anyone expected. The third record might be the most impressive. Clark extended her streak of 5 or more assists to 40 straight games. That's the longest streak in WNBA history. 40 games of consistent playmaking. 40 games of making her teammates better. 40 games of proving she can create offense even when her own shot isn't falling.
Offensive rebound by Nelson Adota, and this time she was stuffed by Howard. Hull spots up and nails it.
The most incredible part comes in the final 5 minutes. Clark outscored the entire Connecticut Sun team by herself. Think about that for a second. One player versus an entire team. She took over when it mattered most. She found her rhythm when the game was on the line. She showed everyone why she's different from other players. 3 records in one night prove Clark's impact goes far beyond just scoring points. She's a complete player who affects winning in multiple ways. She makes her teammates better. She creates opportunities that didn't exist before. She changes the game just by being on the court. But just when everything seemed perfect, a single play would change the entire mood of the victory.
Brutal. That's all you can say, and the look on Caitlin Clark's face said it all after she clearly tweaked her groin in the Fever win over the Connecticut Sun in what has been an injury-riddled season for Clark. And whether it was pain or frustration or a combination of both, you could see it weighing on her.
In the final minute of what should have been a perfect night, everything changed with one devastating play. Clark made a pass to Kelsey Mitchell for a basket. Then she clutched her right leg and grimaced in pain. You could see something was wrong immediately. She walked to the bench looking completely different from her usual self.
Right here, she explodes, makes the backdoor pass, and immediately grabs the inside of that right leg. Yeah,
Clark appears to re-injure her right groin. the same area that had been bothering her recently. This wasn't just a minor tweak. This was the same injury that had sidelined her before. The same area that had been giving her problems throughout the season. You could tell this was serious by how she reacted. The cameras capture her visible distress and tears on the bench as the reality of the injury sets in. Clark was holding back tears. She looked devastated.
Fear in their
This
hearts.
is a player who rarely shows
She has
emotion
stepped up
like
her
this during
game
games.
in that opportunity.
The
Clark
contrast
for
is
three,
striking.
rattles it
1
around
minute
for
she's
her
making
first deep
history.
shot.
The next she's fighting back tears on the bench.
But Angel
Looks like she's in pain after that pass. She had been dealing most recently with a groin injury.
Here's where it gets concerning. Groin injuries are tricky. They heal slowly. They're susceptible to re-injury. Dr. Jesse Moore, a regenerative medicine specialist, highlighted the challenges of groin injuries. He noted their slow healing process and how they can keep coming back. Even extended rest periods might not always be enough for complete recovery. In a sport that demands constant leg movement, these injuries can linger for extended periods if not properly healed. The timing couldn't be worse, with All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis just days away. Clark was set to be a team captain. She was scheduled to participate in the three-point contest. Her potential absence from these events would be a major blow to the league and its fans. Everyone was excited to see her perform in her home state.
Test. But right now on the bench after looking like she is in some pain.
A triumphant night ends with uncertainty about Clark's health and availability for the league's biggest weekend. The injury casts a shadow over what should have been a celebration of her record-breaking performance and the team's third straight win. Coach Stephanie White provided minimal details, stating only that Clark felt a little something in her groin and would be evaluated.
No update. Just felt a little something in her groin, so we'll get it evaluated and see what happens from there.
Yeah, just kind of to follow up on that, looked like she was kind of grabbing at her right groin area. Is that the concern?
Yeah, if that's the one she was grabbing at, I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I mean, that's it.
Clark's night perfectly captured the highs and lows of professional sports. Historic achievements shadowed by injury concerns. 3 WNBA records broken in one game, then tears on the bench in the final minute. That's basketball at its most raw and emotional. The Fever proved they can win when it matters most. Their third straight victory showed what happens when they play their style of basketball, but their success remains tied to their superstars' health and availability. Without Clark orchestrating the offense, this team looks completely different. As fans, we're celebrating 3 WNBA records while hoping Clark recovers for All-Star Weekend. Let's all wish Caitlin a speedy recovery down in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out.